Hello, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Welcome to episode number 6 of Edge TV's weekly show right here on Light TV, God's Channel of Blessings. And I'd like you to say hi to our good friend here, Alf, Alien Life Forum from days of old. He's going to be with us for this solid hour of awesome content, positive, alternative lifestyle. So lock in, and we got this awesome segments for you. See you later, guys.
Hi, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to the Consultabet Show. And now, I want to thank, syempre, our special guest for today, si Mr. Jack Roberto dito sa lovely home nila here in Quezon City.
Ganda dami na
The house ni Misanya Lopez.
Yes. So, salamat sa kanya sa pagpapayag na nag-shoot kami dito.
So, right now, what we're going to do, kaya po kami nandito, is syempre to do a home service sa mga lovely dogs ni Mr. Jack Roberto. Okay? As I remember it before, isa pa lang po yung dog nila noon, si Jamie, kasama ni dog ni Direk Alvin. Ngayon po, 10 na yung dogs nila ngayon. Kilala na rin natin yung mga kasama natin dito. Siyempre, kasama ko yung aking lovely wife.
Happy birthday!
Si Doc Jen, birthday niya kahapon.
Doc Jen, yay!
And yung dog ni Jack. O, papakilala ni Jack.
Ito, syempre, unahin natin yung puro, no? May French Bulldog, si Paris, yan.
Si Paris. Ilang months ka si Paris?
Ngayon, 1 year mahigit na to. Mag-birthday na sa March, eh.
Oh,
Magka 2 years na.
yan. Siyempre,
Magki-3?
magti-3
Mag-excite ko? Magki-3 ka na. Hindi na alam sa dami. So, yun ang disadvantage, guys. Pag sobrang dami ng aso mo, hindi mo na matanda yung mga birthday nila. Lalagay mo na sa calendar lagi yan.
Yun, sa dami.
Okay.
Nakikita nyo naman how loving si Jack sa kanyang mga alaga.
Mm.
So, kaya rin kami nandito, yung purpose ng pagpunta namin dito is para mabigyan po ng vaccination and deworming yung kanilang mga alaga. Okay?
Siguro, Doc, nagtataka sila kasi baka akalain nila ngayon lang natin i-vaccine yung mga dogs. Like, yun yung lagi kong question kay Doc. Tuwing kailan ba talaga dapat binabakunahan yung aso? Kasi yung iba, parang nakikita ko sa social media na ang lalaki na, Doc. Tapos doon pa sila nagkakaroon ng parvo, nagkakaroon ng distemper. So, feeling ko, Doc, may kinalaman doon yung hindi na bakunahan ulit, ano?
Yun. Oo. So, ngayon po, ipapaliwanag namin sa inyo kung bakit kailangan yung mga vaccines para sa mga aso. So, nandito po kami today para magbigay ng vaccine kay Paris at sa mga iba pa niyang kasamang dogs ng 5-in-1 vaccines. Okay?
Oh.
Ano po ba yun? Ano ba yung 5-in-1 vaccines? So, syempre, Jack, alam ko, nagtataka ka. Dok, ano ba yan? Ano ba yung 5-in-1 vaccines? Yung 5-in-1 vaccines po, binibigay yan sa adult dogs once a year. Okay? Iba din naman, Jack, kung itatanong mo naman, kailangan din ito ng 5-in-1 vaccines sa puppies. Okay? So, magkaiba po yun. Iba yung vaccines ng puppies at saka iba yung vaccines sa adult. So magsimula muna tayo sa puppies.
Okay, Doc.
Okay? So sa puppies, nagsa-start po ang pagbabakuna ng 5-in-1 vaccine kapag 6 weeks of age. Okay? Ano po yung 6 weeks of age? 1.5 buwan ng edad. Pagmula po pagpapanganak hanggang 6 weeks, yun po yung unang vaccine. Binabakunahan po siya ng 4 na beses. 4 na beses po, ang pagitan po ng bawat isang bakuna ay 2 to 3 weeks. Yan ang kailangan ng inyong mga puppies. Pag tumungtong naman po siya ng 1-year-old na pataas, ang bakuna po na kailangan niya na 5-in-1 ay 1 beses na lang sa isang taon.
Ayun. So, yun yung gagawin namin ngayon, guys. Kumbaga, i-renew namin yung bakuna nila. No, Doc, yung ba yung tamang term doon?
Yes.
Renew.
Booster shot.
Booster shot.
natin.
Buboost na yung bakuna.
Pagkatapos po ng bakuna nila, naka-4 na bakuna na siya as puppy, after 1 year, booster shot na lang po once a year. Yun. Okay? Now, pupunta naman po tayo doon sa deworming. Okay? Bakit po ba nagde-deworm? Sasagutin po ni Doc Jen yun, yung pagpupurga o deworming, bakit siya kailangan. Okay?
Oo nga, Doc Jen.
Ang program kasi natin for deworming usually starts at 2 weeks. The reason behind is that minsan habang nagbubuntis yung mother, may mga worms na nagmamigrate sa uterus. Tapos pag nagpapadede, minsan sa mammary glands nagpa-pass through. So syempre, pag may presence siya of worms, kapag nagkakaroon ng, syempre may parasite ka eh. So sinisip-sip ng parasite yung mga nutrients sa intestines, yung gano'n. So nanghihina, nagtatae kagad sila. So as early as 2 weeks, kailangan na natin i-deworm para ma-eradicate na yung mga worms na yun. So ang nangyayari, it's also a series. So ang program namin, ang practice namin sa clinic is 2 weeks, and then after nun 4 weeks, and then 6 weeks, and then after nun every 3 months. The reason why every 3 months kasi may life cycle din yung sa worm. Siyempre hindi mo naman mapipigilan katulad si Paris, nalilit niya yung kung ano-ano. So napapasukan din siya ng parasite. So para lang to treat din, para ma-prevent din siya every 3 months. And then yung dewormer natin, it consists, pinapatay yung hookworms, roundworms, whipworms, tapeworms.
Iba-iba po
So,
pala yun, Doc.
yeah.
no?
So yung bibigay natin, kaya nang patayin yung 4 na yun. Tapos after ng every 3 months.
Anong tawag to sa kabataan, Doc?
Ano siya, all wormer ang tawag dito sa deworming na yun. So lahat ng worms na kaya niyang ma-ingest or ma-infect siya, pag binigyan natin ng tablet, so
Ako guys talaga, very sa mga bakuna eh. Bakuna, deworming, kasi yun yung pinaka-importanting way para ma-prevent yung mga sakit ng dogs. Para kasi yung isipin nyo na magtitipid kayo or wala pang budget ngayon, i-disregard nyo muna, baka biglang dumating yung sakit, di nyo masasabi yan kasi ang mga sakit, Doc, usually na aamoy nila yan, nalalawayan sa mga kalsada, doon nila nakukuha yan, Doc, di ba?
Oo.
So, kung lagi nyo, kung kayo yung parang for parent na lagi nilalabas yung mga dogs, kailangan nyo talagang pabakunahan para ma-prevent yung mga sakit-sakit na pwede nilang makuha. And hindi maging, kumbaga, headache sa inyo later on. Kasi, grabe, ako ang experience ko bilang for parent, Doc, sobrang stress reliever ng mga dogs. Lalo na kami na nagtitipid.
Lalo na ngayon.
Oo, lalo ngayong pandemic, nakataon siya ng anxiety or mag-isip ng kung ano, kulitin ka lang ng mga tao kasi mawawala lahat ng problema mo. But, once na magkasakit sila, doble naman yung pagka-stress mo.
Yes.
Kasi parang para itong mga mga anak nyo na hindi nakakapagsalita. So tayong mga tao, pagka meron tayong nararamdaman, pwede tayong pumunta sa mga doctors natin, sabihin yung nararamdaman, madedetect agad. Yung mga dogs, tatamlay na lang yan, nagsusuka, nagtatae, napapraning ka na, yung parang minsan pa, si Doc, sa tagal namin na vet si Doc, tawagan namin ng 2:00 yan, tawagan namin ng madaling araw yan, talagang pupunta sa bahay para sunduin yung mga dogs namin. Pero yung iba na, syempre, hindi naman lahat ng clinic gano'n na bukas ng 24 hours or kagaya ni Doc na susunduin yung aso nyo, para hindi talaga maging sakit sa ulo, guys. I-prevent nyo na. Diba? Prevention is better. Thank you.
Magpasalamat tayo ngayon kasi merong advocate na katulad ni Jack na talagang very, very caring sa management ng kanyang mga aso. Siyempre, magpasalamat na rin tayo at merong mga vaccines para sa aso kasi usong-uso po ngayon yan, lalo na ngayon, meron ng COVID vaccine na talagang usong-uso ngayon. Siyempre, natakot pa tayo, magpapabakuna tayo, pero meron na pong way para ma-prevent yung mga sakit, lalo na sa aso. Yan. So, thank you.
Mga proven na, Doc, no?
Oo. So, thank you kay Jack, at kina Direk Alvin, at Direk Frank, at kay Sanya Lopez for this episode.
Yes. Abangan nyo, baka maging series pa to, Doc.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, mga kapets, let's go. Bakunahan na natin sila. Alright?
Okay, siyempre guys, gusto ko magpasalamat kay Doc Joma, kay Doc Jen na talagang every time na kailangan namin ng tulong nila about our fur babies, lagi silang nandyan. And guys, yun nga, binanggit ko na kanina na nag-home service sila. Kung tulad ngayon, pandemic, na hindi kayo confident lumabas, sila Doc Joma naman lagi naka-swab test yan sila. Halos every second week or every week. Dahil nga syempre, sa clinic nila, may mga protocols din. Yeah? So guys, maraming salamat sa panonood. At ang tagal namin plinano to. Ngayon natuloy na finally.
I want to thank Jack Roberto for giving me us the chance, and my wife, who is also a vet,
The
si
birthday
Doc Jen,
girl.
the birthday girl.
Yay!
Thank you very much for being of service to your dogs. Thank you very much, guys, and see you on our next videos.
Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
Just to give an idea, you mentioned your third section you got fired. I'm 38, based on some studies, and depending on what studies, I'm a Gen X.
Yep.
The youngest Gen X, but I'm
Yep.
also the oldest Gen Y in some studies. But it's a crossroad.
Yeah.
Because today's millennial, I can really relate to them. Millennials do not last in a career. Probably 3 years or less. 3 years or
That's
less.
true. That's true.
What made you, what probably we want to ask and learn is, what motivated you? What are the things that happened in your media career that excited you? Were there people that excited you working
Yeah.
with, that helped you? Or what are your motivations during those times that
That's
allowed you to
interesting.
continue?
Great question. And you're right about being right on that border between Gen X and millennials. It's an interesting place to be. And, we're finding that millennials do shift jobs frequently. However, they don't always change their career. Very often they change who they work for or where they work, but they're not necessarily changing the bigger picture vision. That's the way I was. I worked for an organization in the Midwest. Then I launched my own company when I was 36, Cook Media Group, you mentioned earlier. And although I work for different clients and do different type of projects, it's all still the same overarching vision. So it's in my experience, it's okay to change places where you work or companies you work with, but try to find that one big thing. I call it one big thing that you feel called to do. What were you put on the earth to accomplish? I think if people can figure that out, it really, really makes a difference. And motivation matters. I'll tell you this, Tommy, it's interesting that I'm not a big believer in passion. I mean, let me say something that's probably going to make some people upset here. So many people talk about, I'm passionate about my job, or I want to be passionate about this, or find a career that you're passionate about. A lot of people will tell you, find a career you're passionate about. The problem I have with that is I meet people all the time that are passionate about something. They're just not very good at it. I'll give you a great example. I get screenplays for movies sent to me all the time by writers who will say, Phil, I'm so passionate about writing. And I read the screenplay and I want to think, yeah, but you're terrible at it. You're a horrible writer. So my advice is don't worry about passion so much. Try to figure out what you're really wired to do. Take a hard look at your skills, your abilities. I mean, if you're a great writer, are you really, really a good writer, not just a passionate writer? And one thing I've discovered is that once you figure out what you're really created to do, where your gifts are, where your talents are, and you can figure that out pretty easily. I mean, ask people around you, what do they see in you? Sometimes other people see things that we don't. And look back over the course of your life. Were you the person that always got called on because you were creative and then people needed an idea? Or were you the person that got called on because you were great with numbers and you could balance a budget? What were the reasons people wanted to have you on their team? Or what are the reasons people wanted to work with you or have you as a friend? Those kind of things can give you an idea of what I'm really, really good at doing. And I'll tell you this, if you can figure that out, once you figure out what you're wired to do, what you're created to do, what God's called you to do, you're going to get pretty passionate about that pretty quick. So it's interesting. I don't pursue passion first. I pursue first what I feel like my skill is set is at. What am I really good at doing? I'll be honest with you. I think I wasted probably 10 to 15 years of my career pursuing my passion, only to realize I was pretty good at it, but at the level I wanted to go, I was not going to be able to go there. And then when I stepped back and discovered what I'm really created to do, then my career took off. So I just say passion is not the indicator. If you're passionate about something, make sure you're always also really, really good at it, because that's what's going to get the world's attention. That's what's going to get you an audience. That's what's going to get people to hear your message. And that's ultimately what matters.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, because you kind of confirm me a lot of things. Currently, I'm taking courses right now because I'm trying to reinvent myself. And one of the specialization I'm taking is about human resource, because it's quite a shortage here in the Philippines. You answered the question completely, because you talked about there are three things that a person must have right now, not salary, which is you said about competence.
Yes.
Which you're talking about reinventing yourself. You're talking about you have to be excellent on something, autonomy that allows you to have a free hand how to go about it, and relatedness. You were telling about me how you connected with people. So those kind of motivations look essential to this day and age, even more.
They are. And I think people skills are really, really important. I often tell people your ability to work. Let's see, what do I say? I say your skills with people are more important than the skills it takes to do your job. So I don't care if you're a brilliant filmmaker. If you can't get along with anybody, you're never going to be able to make a movie. If you're a great pastor, if nobody likes you, they're never going to come to your church. So you have to have really, really good people skills. Learn how to get along with people. Learn how to inspire people. I've also said, if you want to be a leader, you've got to be able to stand up in front of people and cast your vision. So people skills are really critical. So if somebody's listening to this conversation who's maybe an introvert, they're bashful, they're shy, I would urge you, start practicing, get out there, network, meet with people, because people can really help get you from where you are to where you want to be. But also those kind of people skills can make a dramatic difference in the course of your career.
Anyway, I mentioned earlier, I read your book, The Way Back.
Yes.
I want to ask more about it also, especially
Sure.
it's helpful. Before I asked you about it, it struck me about you shared about what Billy Graham told you, about politics. It really helped me not to speak about politics in social media. I don't talk about it. I don't post anything about it. It really helped me when you wrote about that, when you discussed about that. Can you discuss more about the idea behind The Way Back?
Sure. My co-writer, Jonathan Bach, and I spent a lot of hours sitting around a fire pit or a fireplace talking about why Christianity is disappearing from our culture. Why does it have so little impact, particularly in Western nations? It's almost disappearing. And it's so frustrating to see the direction our country and our culture is going. And we are media guys. I mean, John's a marketing guy, I'm a producer, and we think, we immediately think it's because we're not telling our story very well. And I think that's a part of it. But we started thinking we're not telling our story well, but we started studying Christians. And it's interesting. We thought, we want to be known as Christians from, the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, long suffering, those great things that the Bible talks about. That's how we want to be known. But I don't know about it, Manila, but if you went out on the street here in Los Angeles and asked people at random, what do you think of when you think of Christians? You get words more like phony or hypocrite, or jerk or power hungry. You get really ugly names. And so we tried to figure, why do people look at us like that? And so we started studying Christians, and we pulled in some big research companies, and we started studying Christians who not just call themselves Christians, but people that show up in church, people who are serious about it. And what we found out was horrifying. It was terrible. What we found out was 40% of Christians, church-going Christians in America, read the Bible once a month, rarely or never. 40%, that's almost half the church-going Christians in America read the Bible once a month, rarely or never. When it comes to prayer, we found out that 63% of church people in the pews on Sunday mornings, people in church, 63% believe prayer is important. And we thought, okay, 63%, that's good. But then we realized the flip side is that 37%, more than a third of church-going Christians don't believe prayer is important. We also found out if you show up at church just 3 out of 8 Sundays, you're considered a regular now. The pastor's thrilled if you just show up 3 Sundays out every 2 months. Just 3 Sundays is all we need. That bar is so low. People just aren't coming to church. And then, of course, we discovered with giving, less than 10% of church-going Christians give 10% of their income to the work of the gospel. So when we looked at those numbers, Tommy, what we discovered was we're doing a terrible job living our lives as Christian people. The great threat to Christianity is not Hollywood. It's not Islam. It's not, Middle Eastern terrorists. The greatest threat to Christianity in America or American Christians, because we're doing such a terrible job. It's like we become the fat guy in the gym that lectures everybody about health. We're telling everybody else about how to live their life, but we're not living the life. And we're like, if you went into Coca-Cola, the headquarters of Coca-Cola, and you found out everybody there was drinking Pepsi, obviously there's a problem. So we discovered that if we want to change the culture, if we really want to make an impact, the first thing we've got to do is start living the kind of life God has called us to live. And until we get serious about that, the world looks at us and just thinks of hypocrites. They look at us and see, we're not attending church, we're not reading the Bible, we're not giving to the work of God, all those things. We've got to get serious if we're going to really make an impact. So that was the reason, really, we wrote the book.
Manalig lang tayo. Sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Bukas sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Kung wala na ang pag-asa sa buhay mo, isipin mong maraming nagmamalasakit sa'yo. Asahan mo bukas sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Bukas sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Bukas sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat. Bukas sisikat din ang araw, ito'y lahat lilipas at tayo ay babangon lahat.
Hey, it's Jazz, and this is Wildlife Matters, and today we are in Baguio. Well, we've been here for the past couple of days, and I just wanted to take you guys with me as I explore the beautiful Benguet province. But right now we are at Mount... Ano Mount ulit to? Mount ano?
I don't know.
Mount Calagong. We are at Mount Calagong, and I'm with some friends from Newt, and yeah, we're just gonna have some fun here. Let's go! Hype na naman.
So behind you is a
Come in.
Oh, yes.
a view, a partially view of the Trinidad.
You're ready to see the sights. Sinusundan yung camera.
Ayan, ang ganda ng view.
Wala pa nga eh.
Dami ng puno. Ayan, nandiyan na yung view eh. Bakit?
Wala pa nga eh.
Okay, pero maganda pa rin ang view dito.
So this is Mount Yangbo. If you can have a better view of it dito. So the sun rises there and sun sets over there.
Wow! Let's enter the rock formation.
Let's go, Dora.
It's so high up here.
Guys, welcome.
Wow. Ganda ng view. Look at the clouds behind me.
Whoa.
Look at the clouds, guys. You can see them from up here. It's the beauty of the Philippines. Wow. So right now we are here in Champies, Racks, Rodents, and Cages, right? What can we find in this place?
Champi specializes in, first and foremost, breeding feeders from rats, rabbits, hamsters, and mice. But also, Champi also provides other services such as custom-made enclosures and custom-made incubators, especially when it comes to different reptiles. So if you contact their page, you can not only order the rodents, pero you can also order specific equipment built to your own specific needs.
You can see that they are all being well taken care of and they have the right facilities that they need while they're being bred, while they are being raised alive. So these are commonly bred to be sold as food for reptiles, birds of prey. So Champi here is the supplier for feeder rats for both Baguio and even in other parts of the Philippines. He's your go-to feeder guy.
Ito po yung ano natin, ball python wrap for hatch, for yearling. Yan, pull out table, then pwede siya from 250 grams up to 1.6 kilograms. Pwede siya sa males, adult males. And dito naman po yung for adult. 2 kilograms to 4 kilograms, pwede tayo dito. Yan, ginagamit siya sa breeding.
Awesome.
And pareha sila, may pull-out table.
Explore natin yung mga balls niya. Let's explore his balls. It sounded so wrong. Let's explore his ball pythons. Yun.
Yeah. Ito, ma'am, breeding.
Ay, nakalakpaw.
Nakalakpa sila.
Nakalakpa tong dalawa.
Oh? Ayan, bamboo. Wow, ang ganda oh. Cute. Ganda. So cute. Champion. Wow, astig oh. Babait niya. Astig. Oo nga eh. Talaga? Wow! Cute! Five banana. Ang cute oh.
Kailan nagsasaway?
Jigsaw. Ito breeding pa ba to?
100.
Got a breeder. Yeah, so these are breeding size. That's why they're much bigger. Huh? Wala pa.
Kailangan ba siya talaga ng tubig?
We are here in the College of Veterinary Medicine.
May picnic.
Fishball, kikiam. This is taho. This is what do you call this? Silky tofu with caramelized. Ano ba siya? Taho is soy with like a caramel sauce, and it also has taro.
Nice.
This is a Filipino I wouldn't say dessert because we take it usually in the morning. So it's a Filipino delicacy, I guess. It's sweet, yummy. It's one of the best things the Philippines has to offer in terms of food. Okay, so right now we are at the Fishbowl Kitchen. This is our second time here. We really like the food, so we're gonna check it out before we head back to Manila.
Fishbowl Kitchen is famous not only for its great indigenous food, but also for having many aquarium setups inside that feature the art of aquascaping.
All right, so this is Kinoday Panini. This is what we came for here at the Fishbowl Cafe. This is Kinoday smoked pork, and it's actually a delicacy here in Benguet. And this is our second time eating it because it's just so good. Here in Fishbowl Kitchen, they serve food made out of local produce, so everything here is locally made. So it helps our farmers, it's healthier, it saves the environment. That's also another reason why we actually really like this place. Yum.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. Okay, we are at the Tanawan village.
Cool.
So Tanawan is it's an arts, culture and heritage village, right? Yep. So this is basically where tourists can come and learn about the culture of
Cordillera.
Cordillera.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, what is this? Construction rights for the Kalina house. The site is stocked out in the evening with knotted stick.
Omens, what?
Bad luck daw ang mga rats and snakes. So, itong place na to, bago sila magpagawa ng Kalinga House, titignan nila. Actually, wag na natin pag-isipan yan. Hindi ko naintindihan. Hindi kita. Hindi kita.
Kago. Ano ka?
These are coffee beans.
Tapos ang gagawin din, isa sun-dry, i-roast, tapos pagkatapos, traditionally, didiktikin nila para mag-open yung cell. Saka nila ito tuloy-tuloy hanggang sa mag-powder.
Ooh, very interesting. We're at the Mirador Eco Park. Exploring more rock formations before we go back to Manila. See the fog? It's everywhere. So we had a really fun time here in Baguio. Everything was just amazing, and I'm so glad that I'm on this trip. I'm so glad that I met people from Newt, new friends, new hobbyists. This was super duper fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully there will be more adventures for the year 2021. So yeah, stay tuned, and don't forget that every piece of wildlife matters.
So ladies and gentlemen, now we have Mr. Paulo Tibig. Ayan. Welcome to the show, Ang Pogi Show. Kamusta?
Mabuti, David. Ang ganda nung pangalan ng show mo, Ang Pogi.
Siyempre, kailangan Pogi kasi mga pinag-uusapan natin dito makakatulong sa mga nanonood sa atin.
Exactly.
So, first and foremost, I would like to ask you, what does Paulo Tibig do? Ano bang ginagawa mo sa buhay?
David, parang parang pang Mr. Universe yung tanong na yan. Sige, pangangatawanan ko na yan. Unang-una, ako po isang entrepreneur and managing a 22 years old logistics business in the country, yung B-Cargo Worldwide. And although lately, it's yung wife ko talaga nagmamanage na fully because of my other career. So ano yung isang career ko, bukod doon po sa business, basically yung aking public speaking career.
One of my questions would be, paano ba naapektuhan si B-Cargo nitong COVID-19? That I'm sure many other businesses were affected as well. But your business, how was it affected?
Similar nung karamihan ng mga businesses dito sa Pilipinas. We're also affected operationally, business-wise. General yun. Ang ano lang doon, while we see na yung industry ng logistics, parang o transport, isa siya na naging resilient ngayong panahon na to. Nakita natin yan, di ba? At nakita naman natin na while unfortunately other businesses and sectors industry have folded up, di ba? We too are greatly affected. In fact, our operation during the ECQ last year, halos naging lang siya, mga 25%. Now, still, more than a year, hindi pa rin siya fully operational. So ano ibig sabihin? Marami pa ring trading partners, yung mga, kumbaga yung aming mga customer space, hindi na sila yung nagte-trade typically as before.
And I mean, for shipping and cargo, it has been somewhat hindi ganun naapektuhan with the pandemic. But what do you think about other businesses? Ano sa tingin mo naman yung pinakamalaking naging epekto kaya sa kanila?
Unang-una, talaga, total, I'm in the midst of the business community in the country. And I have so many friends who have been greatly affected. Marami nga doon, David, hindi na nga nakabalik dun sa dati nilang estado. Good thing that, for example, in the food industry, they have pivoted well. Parang, di ba, mataas pa rin yung pangangailangan for food deliveries and the like. So, meron ako mga kaibigan in the industry wherein kung dati-rate brick and mortar sila, physical store. Ngayon hindi. Nag-pivot into a cloud kitchen. Yung dating hindi nila ino-offer, kunyari one line lang yung portfolio dun sa kanilang product concept, dinagdagan na nila. Kasi nga because of the data. Sabi ko lang dito, David, is that the true character ng isang individual, especially for example, entrepreneur, makikita mo yan. Like parang, alam mo yung parang tea bag. Di ba ang tea bag? Pag nilublob natin sa mainit na tubig, doon mo lang malalasahan yung init o yung strong ng tea. Similar with tao. The true character ng isang individual, makikita mo lang if they are child.
How would I cope up with this pandemic? Ano yung mangyayari sa akin? One of the things that you said was resiliency. Ano pa kaya yung pwede mong maisuggest sa kanila na I'm sure marami dyan yung talagang parang nawala na ng pag-asa, parang hindi alam ano mangyayari kinabukasan, kailan ba matatapos tong pandemic na to o kung matatapos pa ba. So, what can you advice to them?
Ako for me, David, isa lang to una, nasa liminal state tayo. So kung nasa liminal state tayo, the key here is about embracing the changes that is happening around us. That's one. Second would be what? We have to coexist with the time. Yun ang lagi kong sinasabi. Bakit kailangan natin mag-coexist? Sabi mo nga, hindi nakaka-get over, nawalan ng pag-asa. Pero at the end of the day, are we going to let ourselves, di ba, o yung mga ginagawa natin na wala na mangyari? What will happen to our goals? Di ba? Business goals yan, personal goals mo, professional goals mo. Ano ang gagawin natin doon? Papabayaan na lang ba natin sila? No. So the key here is about first, embrace. Then second, is really coexist with the time.
Ayan,
Meaning to
thank
say,
you, Paolo, for that insight. So I'm sure, hopefully, yung mga nakikinig sa atin, mga kapanood, you get something with this segment of Ampogi Show. So I'm sure that some people or those who are watching might also be interested to contact you. So, diba sabi mo nga, you are also into public speaking, sharing your ideas, and I have attended one of your sessions na napakalaki na naitulong sa akin. So do invite our viewers to contact you or to attend your engagement and events.
yun. Unang-una maraming salamat, David. No? Napakaganda ng pangalan pa lang, Ampogi, di ba? Yung segment. At I hope tama ka. Sana pag-provide tayo ng value kahit yung maiksi lamang. But anyway, we can always collaborate, everyone. Ang kailangan lang po natin, siguro yun nga ho, bisitahin nyo lang po yung page at Paolo TV in Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, at syempre Facebook, di ba? Para po makapag-collaborate tayo and we can explore a lot of things for you, your team, and your businesses. Likewise, isa na lang. Invite you everyone to join us also. Katulad po ng ginagawa ni David, meron po akong online show every Saturday alas 7 ng gabi, The Paolo TV Show. Saan nyo po unang makikita yon? Again, sa page lang po or sa YouTube at Paolo TV. Then you will see things that discuss a lot about corporate, about business, for professionals. And for
Thanks, Paolo, and I'm really honored to have you in this segment. Ang Pogi Show kasi pareho tayong pogi at
Oo nga.
lahat ng Pilipino pwedeng maging pogi. Yun. Maraming salamat and hope to see you in person soon.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Gusto mong mapawaw ang mga viewers mo sa iyong mga videos? Pwes, let's level up your shots with this must-try camera movements using a gimbal. Hey, what's up? This is Jinyo of Gfilm Tips. We share creative tips and tricks for filmmakers and content creators. Para sa mga nagsisimula pa lang sa filmmaking o content creation, alam kong naiintriga kayo, ano ba tong gimbal na to? So ang gimbal po ay isang film equipment that allows your digital camera to rotate smoothly along an axis with the help of motors and sensors. Ini-establish nito ang camera shots mo while you are on the move, helping you to have a fluid, smooth movement ng iyong footage. And with our tips today, steady ka lang dahil I will show you some gimbal movements na pwede mong subukan para magkaroon ka ng cinematic at swabing creative camera movements na mapapawaw ang mga viewers mo. Here's the 10 must-try gimbal movements that you can do. Para mas ma-demonstrate ko na mas maganda ito, sinama ko si Michelle, Rodel, Ed, at yung aming model na si Shin. Number 1, travel in and out. In this shot, usually nakatayo lang ang subject at ang camera ang lumalapit o lumalayo sa kanya using your gimbal. Travel in pag nagdadaliin patungo sa subject para mai-focus ang attention ng manonood sa emotion ng subject. At travel out naman pag nagdadali out mula sa subject para i-reveal ang kanyang location at kung ano ang nangyayari sa eksena. Number 2 natin, the follow and the reverse follow. Dito naman ay on the move ang subject natin. Lumalayo o lumalapit ang camera by closely following the subject's movement either from the front or at the back. With this, binibigyan ng audience ng mas intimate na look sa nangyayari sa subject. Number 3, step in reveal. Similar to sa the follow and the reverse follow, pero this shot will start without the subject at papasok lang siya sa frame after ma-establish ang shot. This is a great way to establish the location and at the same time to reveal your character in one shot. Number 4, the side track. In this movement, tinatrack naman ng camera ang subject on the side, making the audience feel like the observer. Important tip, don't be a crab. As much as possible, walk forward when taking this shot. I-turn mo lang ang camera towards the subject. Do the ninja walk using heel-to-toe technique. Madayad lang ang lakad para mas ma-minimize ang camera shake. Mas smooth ang shot kung ganito ang gagawin mo kumpara kung patagilid ang lakad tulad ng talangka. Number 5, ground tilt and sky tilt. Sa ground tilt shot, nagtatraverse ang camera sa ground paangat sa subject. Ginagamit madalas ang shot na ito to establish the character or the location or the situation of the scene. Sa sky tilt shot naman, opposite ito ng ground tilt dahil this time, pababa ang camera movement mula sa sky papunta sa subject. Popular ito sa mga travel vloggers dahil madalas nila itong gamitin as transition. For professional video footage, consider use a gimbal. Pero dahil medyo expensive ang ganitong klase equipment at kung wala ka pang budget, pero gusto mong subukan ang mga camera movements that we have mentioned, solusyonan natin yan. We have professional gimbals and other film equipment na kayang-kaya mong i-rent sa presyong hindi ka gimbal-gimbal. Just visit gfilmrental.com and message us there para matulungan ka namin sa next film project mo. So let's go back to our topic. Number 6, the soft focus reveal. Do this if you want a very dramatic character reveal, tulad ng madalas na ginagamit sa mga beauty shots if you are shooting wedding films. To do this, bago mag-roll ang camera, ilock mo na ang focus sa mukha ng subject tapos umatras to a wide shot. Now, pwede na simulan ng shot with the subject in focus o blurred. Then slowly move toward the subject hanggang maging sharp ang image niya. I have another technique to do this. Pwede mo rin itong i-shoot ng pabaliktad. Start your shot na nakafocus sa iyong subject and slowly dali out hanggang mag-blurred ang iyong subject. Then in video editing, just simply reverse the video. Right-click mo lang ang footage, select speed/duration, check the reverse speed sa dialog box, and hit OK. Now, here's the result of your video. Number 7, the roll. Tinatawag din itong the barrel o roll 360 dahil nagro-rotate ang iyong shot in 360 degree. Para ma-achieve ang shot na ito, sa control setting ng iyong gimbal, using an application through your phone, i-customize mo ang speed ng roll movement. Pag ready ka na mag-shoot, hold your gimbal in flashlight mode. Use the joystick to control the roll of your camera at dahan-dahang magdali in to your subject. Dynamic ang dating ng shots na ganito at pwede rin mag-convey ng disorientation. Number 8, the orbit or parallax. As the name suggests, nag-orbit o umiikot ang camera sa subject in this shot. Isa ito sa pinaka-favorite kong shot sa gimbal dahil binibigyan nito ng creative movement maging ang mga subject o object na hindi gumagalaw. Very useful ang shot na ito to show the full action or physical transformation of a subject. Pwedeng gawin ng nakatayo lang ang subject at pwede ding habang lumalakad. Number 9 natin, the mini jib reveal. In this gimbal movement, ini-imitate nito ang movement ng jib to reveal our subject. To achieve this movement, you will need a pole or a monopod. Screw your monopod sa quarter 20 thread hole sa ilalim ng iyong gimbal. Then, mula sa taas na angulo, slowly lalapit at bababa sa subject ang shot. And this will give you a very nice cinematic crane shot. This shot is used as a transition that can convey time passing or to signify a change in the mood of the film. Number 10, follow and tracking. Dito sa gimbal movement na ito ay sinusundan at tinatrack ang movement ng iyong subject or object para madirect natin ang paningin ng audience sa gusto nating ipakita. To achieve this shot, ang camera ang mag-a-adjust sa movement ng character or object. Kailangan mong sundan ang movement, whether paangat, pababa, o pa-slant man ito. Itry mo lang na paulit-ulit hanggang ma-perfect mo ang shot. Pwede rin mag-focus on different parts ng body or object to make the shot more interesting. And I have another bonus camera gimbal shot sa inyo. Number 11, vertical pivot. Ang kakalabasan nito ay parang 3D shot where the background is moving behind the subject, so kailangan nyo talagang itry ito. What you need to do in the start of your shot ay i-position ng camera na naka-low angle. Point it down to your subject. Then habang binababa ang camera, itinitilt naman ito hanggang maging low angle ng bahagya. Kaya nagke-create ito ng illusion na parang gumagalaw ang background ng iyong subject. Ipapaliwanag ko pa ng gusto kung paano namin ginagawa to sa part 2 ng ating video wherein I will share 10 advanced gimbal movements naman to make your videos like a pro. Gamit lang ang gimbal, pwedeng maging epic ang iyong shots. Experiment with camera angles, movements, and focal lengths para makita nyo ang iba't ibang effect nito na magagamit niyo kung ano ang babagay sa inyong video. I hope you enjoy and learn from this. Kung may natutunan ka, inimbitahan naman kita to subscribe on my YouTube channel for more filmmaking tips. Pakiclick na rin yung notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new one. Kung may iba ka pang gustong topic na gusto mong i-share ko at i-discuss natin sa mga susunod na vlog, kindly share it. I-comment mo lang sa mga YouTube videos natin and I will try my best na gawin yan sa next video natin. This is Gino of Givon Tips saying, do what you love, you are created to be creative.
Action!
Hello, and we do hope you enjoyed our 1 hour of nothing but awesomeness. I would like to thank you guys for keeping it locked for the past hour. So catch us again next week for another hour Edge TV's best content. So, God bless, stay safe, bye-bye.